Let's talk about the second deadly sin, hiding losses. OEE should be a brutal measure, and you should be an OEE gladiator, ready to vanquish your sworn enemy, production losses. But in order to confront losses, you have to see them, fully and completely. Many companies are enthusiastic about improving OEE, but whether it be accidentally or on purpose, hide certain losses. If you want to speak OEE with truth, here are 4 things to verify. Tip number 1. Make sure you include changeover time as a loss to OEE. We often see companies exclude changeovers from OEE calculations, usually because they consider that time as outside of planned production. After all, we know the line isn't going to be running, right? However, by definition, setups and adjustments are an OEE availability loss. In fact, they are considered one of the 6 big losses. And if you could reclaim some of that time, wouldn't you? Tip number 2. For other types of lost time, rely on this simple rule. Any time that can be used for value-added production, in other words, manufacturing to meet customer demand rather than manufacturing for inventory, should be included in OEE. For example, if a line cannot run due to staffing issues, count it as an OEE loss. Or as another example, if the line isn't running due to planned maintenance, consider counting it as an OEE loss. Remember, the ultimate goal is not a higher OEE score. It's higher throughput for your manufacturing process. Tip number 3. Include parts that will be reworked as a loss to OEE quality. It's a well-accepted best practice in OEE that parts needing rework should be counted as rejects the first time they run through the manufacturing process. In fact, this makes OEE quality very similar to first pass yield, which defines good parts as those that pass through the manufacturing process the first time without needing rework. Tip number 4. If your manufacturing process includes post-shift inspection, include any additional rejects in your OEE score. A quick note on time that is not a loss against OEE. Time that is truly and correctly not scheduled for production is not an OEE loss. Instead, that time is taken into account by total effective equipment performance, or TEEP. TEEP includes both equipment losses, as measured by OEE, and schedule losses, as measured by utilization. TEEP exposes your hidden factory, which is the untapped capacity of your plant, the maximum amount of additional production that could potentially be unlocked without capital investment. Fully utilizing your hidden factory would result in a TEEP score of 100%. Around-the-clock perfect production, manufacturing only good pieces as fast as possible with no downtime every hour of every day. Let OEE be a brutal measure. If something can reasonably be considered an OEE loss, include it. Now that we are no longer hiding losses, is our OEE data foundation ready and complete? Not quite yet.